Today you are going to learn very special ways to use Caro Kann defense. Also, this is the #1 defense system in chess. It is strong as fuck, and it is the reason why this channel exists. But I'm not going to break down all boring theories. I'm going to teach you how to use this defense to improve at chess. You will win a lot of games with black more than you ever did. So I highly recommend watching this to the end with full attention. First, let's look at the main variations in Caro Kann. This is played after e4, which is the most common first move. You play c6, and doesn't matter what they do next, you play d5. They will push this most of the time, and you play c5 because you want to play knight c6. If they takes it, you play knight c6, attacking this, and you are going to get that pawn later, with this bishop. That's why most of the time they don't take the pawn. They will guard this pawn instead, and if they do it with the knight, you can pin the knight immediately. If they attack, take the knight, but if they don't play knight f3, now you play bishop f5 and push the pawn. You want to play knight e7, knight f5, and this knight is very powerful. Then you play bishop e7 and castle king side. You will get this position a lot, and it's really good for black. Bishop takes knight is the most common move here, and you take back with the pawn, making this pawn structure more powerful. But that's not the point. Now white can't attack this powerful knight, and it is very hard to create an attack. Also, white can barely move any pieces. That's not really a problem if you are stockfish, because this is still an equal position. But in low elo, white is going to panic because they have no idea what to do. Sometimes they play this crazy move g4 to attack the knight, but then you play knight h4 attacking the queen, and this knight is immortal now. But as I said in this video, do not expect them to play bad moves. Always expect them to play best moves and prepare for the worst. Now let's see what to do when they takes. You take back and play knight c6. Then develop the bishop, push the pawn, and you can play knight f6 in this variation. Then bishop e7 and castle. If they leave the pawn or guard the pawn, you should take it. Then you develop the pieces normally like before. Okay? Now I'm going to show you a few annoying moves they can play against this. They might try to get their queen to this file before you castle, because after you castle, they play this, and you lose a rook, if you don't want to get mated. So when they get the queen here, you should push this pawn. And if you ever get this move, you are playing Magnus Carlsen in a secret account. But don't worry, I got you. Move the bishop back, and if they don't take you, take the bishop. Then move the knight back to attack the queen, and move your king to g7. Then you can move the knight and rook. Don't worry, it's okay to make multiple moves with the king because they haven't developed and they moved their queen too many times in the opening. Or you can put the knight here always because it guards this pawn. If they try to get rid of this knight, now you play bishop here, and there is no mate. Okay, next annoying move. When you develop this bishop here, they will try to trap your bishop. So if they play h4, you must play h6, not h5 but h6, because you want to stop the knight and bishop from coming here. When they attack like this, you move the bishop back and play h6 immediately. Okay, next annoying move. They might try to attack this pinned knight with their knight, and it is very dangerous. If they ever get to do that, you must guard this knight with the queen or rook. Otherwise take, and the only move here is to block with the queen, so make sure to stop that. Also, you must know your strength. This bishop is a very active piece in Caro Kann. So, you should try to keep it until you have a good reason to trade. Also, this knight is very strong, so don't trade it for no reason. And this pawn structure is a big advantage for you, very useful in endgames. In my next videos, I will show you how to handle middle games using real chess games. It is the best way to improve your chess knowledge. Watch this video to learn how to stop blundering, and here comes the jump scare baby.